Or maybe you're teaching your audience something really important and want the ability to really hone in and demonstrate all of your teaching points. So in this series, you'll learn how to add words or pictures in order to do just that. And of course, you'll probably want to animate them by making them fly out, or fly in, or creating bulleted lists of all your important things, or other transitions like wiping in or wiping out.
Wipe out! Welcome back to Blender for Blogs. I'm Justin, and we are using Blender to edit videos for our blogs. This is the second part to taking everything that we've learned so far and blending that together. And I'm going to pick up right where I left off in the last video. So if you haven't seen that, go check it out. I'll leave a link to it in the post. But now let's continue. And now I'm going to Shift A to add in our image. And what am I looking for? This is a problem with my ADD. Oh, you know what? I downloaded this wrong. I forgot to take out that list of awesome. I mean, I could use that, but I'm actually going to go back to the Google Slides here, and I forgot. Yeah, this is our text here, this big thingamabobber moving around. So I'm just going to delete that. And then we're going to do File, download as PNG, and then go to my wipe in and save and replace that one. Okay, going back to Blender. I'm just going to refresh sequencer, and boom, got rid of that. Perfect. Now, wiping in. You know what? Now, since I did add in a different image instead of duplicating, which I probably should have just duplicated, I do have to come back over here to the blend mode for overdrop. Okay, so
Wiping in, or wiping out.
Now, of course, wiping in, it doesn't just appear, it wipes in. And luckily, we have actually already gone over that right over here. Remember, way at the beginning when we did our wipe, basically, it's just going to do the same thing. So what we're going to do in this situation is we're going to use Rob Davis's method. And so I'm going to add in an effect strip color. Make sure this is overdrop. I'll keep the opacity up. I'm going to grab this right here. Select the color strip, shift select this strip, shift A, effect strip, and wipe. Of course, overdrop, just like that. So we got a wipe up, or a wipe down. This is a wipe down. Okay, anyway, I don't want that, so I want this to be 90 degrees. Wipe in, except for I want it to go the other way. So I'm just going to do in, wipe in. There we go. So that's what it's going to look like here for that wipe. But I've got to hide that black. So make sure that's selected, image offset, and I'm just going to take the Y and type in 1080. Enter. There we go. So now it looks like this is just wiping in. Whoosh. Ha-ha. That is pretty stinking cool. Okay, next is the wipe out. So we're gonna have to do a couple of things here first. Well, let's actually finish this here. Let's just see what this.
Like wiping in or wiping out.
So actually, it's not until I say wipe out, which I'll probably do right here. Oh yeah. So basically, let me hide this. This is what I did to find that. So see that jump right there? That's what our pre-cut footage was. So right here, I'm going to actually cut everything. So I'm just going to basically select, box select down here, just like that. And that didn't select any of these. So just make sure all of these are selected. Actually, I'm just do that again. Hit A. I'm just going to select and then start shift selecting all of these. And then I'm going to hit K for cut. And then I'm going to shift right bracket to select everything to the right of the timeline cursor. And you can also do select all strips to the right, just like that. Hit G And then I'm just going to move this out on the X. So I'm just going to hit X so I don't accidentally move them up or down. Click, and then take this for our GIF frame. Snap that here, just like that. And I'll move it down here, just like that, to line it up. So now we have or wiping out, and then we have our GIF. Boom. And then we say wipe out. But actually, I got to take these two here and then page up and Shift S to snap those there as well. So that lasts all the way till I cut that out. So, and then we have our GIF. Boom. And then I say right about here, we're going to basically just duplicate this. So I'm going to select these three, Shift D, and we're just going to adjust these a little bit here. That doesn't need to be that big. And make this a little bit faster by shortening that and move basically right about there. So, all right. So obviously we don't want the wipe in, we want to say wipe out. So I'm going to change data files. Here's another part of the naming convention that I use is I number them, and then if I get lost in the numbering, which I shouldn't because the last one I used was 4, but if I do, I know here it says wipe out. That's the one I want. So double click that, and there we have it. Now, I'm going to make that a little, see, this is what I like about this. I can basically adjust these here. So I'm going to make this in just a little bit more, and then I'm going to drag this in more. I want that to come in really quickly. Refresh here occasionally. Wipe out. Okay, so then the only other thing is to add the audio, and I've already recorded myself saying wipe out, you know, just really loud. And so I'm going to bring that in. So Shift A, sound, going up to our audio, and here's the recording that I recorded for my wipeout. Grab and move this over here. Let's draw our waveform, and we'll put this all the way up to here. Grab and move. There we go. Alrighty.
Wipe out!
There we go.
Wipe out!
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to bring this in actually a little bit more.
Wipe out!
There we go.
Wipe out!
Of course, we have to extend this up to the end of that one. And I'm going to save this again. And another iteration. You don't have to do the iterations. It's just my paranoia. That's what I like to do. Wipe out. Boom.
Wipe out!
That's a little too early actually now. Let's maybe do this, 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 and like that.
Wipe out! Wipe out!
Okay, and then I'm actually going to move this one back here too. So I'm going to line that up with that. So
Wipe out!
yeah, that's a little bit better.
Wipe out!
Perfect. Oh, you know what? My via thread bombing isn't on there for some reason. Okay, well, let me go back and figure out why that is the case. Well, it's on there. Well, I don't know. Well, let me just go ahead and download as, again, PNG. Save over that. And go refresh. There we go. Huh, I don't know why that happened. But anyway, okay, it's up there now. Boom, wipe out. And then now what we can do here, we don't have to grab all of these again because there is a huge gap in everything here. So all I have to do is make sure my timeline cursor is over on this side of these. So don't have it over here because it won't work. So you have to have it over here and then hit backspace. And that will get rid of any gap that you have that is to the right of the timeline cursor. And now everything should just go on as normal.
Out.
Wipe out!
And you'll also learn how to make your. And you'll also learn.
I'm just gonna bring this in. It sounds like there's a little bit of feedback. So in my wipeout audio right here. So let's try that again.
Wipe out!
And
yeah, I like that. So there's not. It sounded like there's a little hissing right here, like, and I don't like that. So, okay, so that I think does it for this session of blending all of our media together in the timing that we want. So let's watch it again. Let's just start from right here.
Peaceful, relaxing. Or maybe you're teaching your audience something really important and want the ability to really hone in and demonstrate all of your teaching points. So in this series, you'll learn how to add words or pictures in order to do just that. And of course, you'll probably want to animate them by making them fly out, or fly in, or creating bullet lists of all your important things, or other transitions like wiping in or wiping out.
Wipe out!
Okay, so everything looked really good, except I forgot that this, and this is just personal preference, you don't have to do this, but you see how this is sliding in over my head. I actually didn't want that. I did want this guy to go in front of me, like that. But I wanted this to go behind me just to show that it's possible to do that. And that looks, I think, a little bit tacky anyway. So I'm just going to take these and just put them under the, not the blackboard. So it has to be, I have to put them in between here. So let's see what I'm going to do here. I suppose I could, see, I just don't have that much more room to start bringing stuff down. I have more room to go up. So box select all of these here. Grab on the Y. We'll just do, I guess, 1 for now. And technically, we don't even need this pre-cut footage anymore. But I'm going to keep it there just for the heck of it. But if you wanted to clean things up, you can get rid of that too. So let's see. I want, what was that? Oh, this thing here. So my list of awesome, I'm actually going to keep the mask there because I only created one. I'm just going to bring this down. I think that'll be just fine anyway. So now when it comes in, it's going to go behind me. So this is the image sequence, and then now it's underneath the image sequence. Again, that camera, if you think about a camera up here at the top channels looking down. So now the mask, it's not actually showing the mask at all, so that doesn't even matter. This is still, in the modifiers tab, I'm still using the mask 1. So it doesn't matter where I put this, it's still going to be using that mask. So I'm just going to leave that up there, just like that. So it's coming behind me, and then everything else can stay the same because I don't need anything else to be behind this image sequence. Okay, so a couple of other things that I also noticed that I want to change real quick here is the
wiping out.
Wiping out. Actually, when I say wipe out, I want these two things to wipe out. So this thing and this thing. So to do that, we're going to have to group those together.
Or wiping out.
Okay, so where it says, when I start to say wiping out, let's see, where is that down here? So,
or wiping out.
Right about there. So I'm going to take these two, K to cut, Control G to make a meta strip, and of course, change our blend mode to overdrop. And then, actually, I'm going to bring these in just a little bit here because I want it to start wiping out.
Or wiping out. Or wiping.
Probably right about here. So I'm just going to duplicate this color here. And we're going to do select, Shift A, add an effects strip, wipe. And we want it to wipe out. I'm actually going to take this, or select this one first, actually. Shift select this one, and then right click, copy to selected, because we want that overdrop. And then our angle, right click, copy to selected at 90. But actually, I want it to stay at out because we're wiping out. So this one is wiping in. And that's why that in was selected, and this one is selected for wiping out. Just like that. Perfect. So let's see.
Or wiping out.
Yeah, let's adjust that a little bit. I'm gonna pull that in, and maybe pull that in.
Or wiping out.
Yeah, perfect. Just like that. And then, of course, drag that all the way to the end here. Okay, so let's take a look at that here real quick.
Or other transitions like wiping in or wiping out.
Yep, good. And then,
Wipe out!
and then the other last thing I noticed was the thread bombing. Actually, I have that along with the wipeout, but I actually don't want that. I want the thread bombing separately. So let's go back to Google Slides, and then we're going to go down to our wipeout because this is the one that has, just to show you, just change it to a black background real quick. So that has our thread bombing there. What I'm going to do is duplicate this down and just delete our wipeout here. And then up here on the first one, delete our thread bombing. So now we have wipeout, and then we have the thread bombing separately. Shift select both of those, background, color, transparent, done. And now we can download as PNG. So I'm going to replace the wipeout first. And then I'm going to add a new one here with this thread bombing PNG. So I'm going to select this, and we're going to go, I'm going to name that 06, text 04, and then just type in thread bombing. Enter. There we go. Okay, let's go back to Blender. Okay, then I'm going to refresh sequencer, and boom, there we go. It is off, and it's just our wipeout. But I want the thread bombing attached to this frame, basically, or not attached, over it. I want to move these up. Oh, select that one as well. Move that up, and then just duplicate this up, and then right above it, change the data file to our thread bombing here, and overdrop. Alrighty, so now we have thread bombing coming in right with the image sequence. So that's over there the whole time, and not just where it says wipeout. So, alrighty, so that should do it.
And you'll also learn.
Oh, and then there's a little bit of a gap there. So let's either extend these out or move this in. Let's see.
And you'll.
Wipe out!
And you'll.
Let's extend these out. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, so now we are pretty much halfway done with this. Now it looks like we've got a lot more to go, but to be honest, most of the stuff that we've covered up here will apply over here. So hopefully it'll go a little bit faster. There are a couple of new things that I'm going to show you how to do, but basically a lot of the stuff we've already learned. But anyway, enough of me rambling. You'll see me in the next one, so stay tuned and happy editing.